Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Monday, 11th of March 2024. In 1795, the Battle of Kharda is fought between the Maratha Confederacy and Nizam of Hyderabad, resulting in the Maratha victory. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Francis Macron announces bill for assisted dying. French President Emmanuel Macron will present a bill on assisted dying to go before Parliament in May. He has said in an interview published by a French media on March 10. The move could make France the next European country to legalize euthanasia for the terminally ill. France's President Emmanuel Macron said a bill on assisted dying would go before Parliament in May, speaking in an interview published by French media on March 10, 2024. The Hindu newspaper states that Sacred Job era Kurds digitize books to save threatened culture. Huddled in the back of a van, Rabin Pishtavan carefully scans one yellow page another after another. As part of his mission to digitize historic Kurdish books at a risk of disappearing. The Kurds are an ethnic group of between 25 and 35 million, mostly spread across modern-day Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Turkey. Many historic documents belonging to Kurds and ethnic groups spread across modern-day Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Turkey have been lost or destroyed during their volatile history across the region. The Hindu newspaper also states that panel headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi likely to appoint a new election commissioners by March 15. With the announcement of 2024 Lok Sabha election expected to be made on the day after March 13, the government is keen to speed up the appointment process in the next few days, a view of Election Commission of India in New Delhi. The two vacancies in the Election Commission are created by the surprise resignation of Arun Goyal and the retirement of Anup Chandra Pandey are likely to be filled by the March 15, sources indicated on March 10. And the Hindustan newspaper states that a day later questions raised over Arun Goyal's Election Commission's resignation. Election Commissioner Arun Goyal resigned on Saturday. New Delhi, a day after Union Law Minister announced Election Commissioner Arun Goyal's resignation, Election Commission officials were at a loss about what caused the move. With 3 years left on of the officer's tenure and elevation to the position of Chief Election Commissioner (CEC) due in 2025. Hindustan also states that the House Supreme Court judgment checked the misuse of the President's role, Article 356. Writing during the partition, the Constitution farmers fear this section violent ethnic conflict and communist revolution in certain states. While the national emergency imposed by Indira Gandhi is etched in collective Indian memory, the more frequently imposed state emergency provision, Article 356, is now rarely used. We must thank the Supreme Court judges who decided SR Bombay versus Union of India 30 years ago today for this change. Hindustan also states that Prime Minister Modi launches expanded T1 at Terminal 1 at Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport capacity, now at 40 million. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 15 new airport projects across the country virtually on Sunday, which included the new and expanded Terminal 1 of Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport. The expanded Terminal 1 in New Delhi, inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi by video conferencing on Sunday. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, India has opted to make a free trade deals it lacked 10 to 15 years ago. Sophia. We have a small home market, but we have some of the largest companies in existence. Helene Badlier, Achidia Swiss State Secretary for Economic Affairs. From the business point of view, CBDT alerts excesses of financial year 2024 tax mismatch via email and SMS. The department is undertaking an e-campaign that aims to inform such persons entities of significant financial transactions through email marketed as advanced tax e-campaign. Significant transactions for AY 2024-2025 and SMS. This is another initiative of the department towards the easing compliance for taxpayers, said CBDT. FPI inflows pick up in March. Investors inject rupees 11,800 crore in equities so far. The Indian economy is growing at better than expected rates, and this will have a positive impact on corporate earnings and consequently on the stock market. Financial year 2024 GDP growth is likely to be around 7.6% for ahead of the other large economies. After keeping away from the Indian markets in the February, foreign portfolio investors (FPIs) are back in the month of the March. FPIs are returning steady buyers in India with the net buying of equity worth rupees 11,823 crore up to March 8. FPIs were being big sellers in January, rupees 25,744 crore outflow, and very modest buyers are in February, inflows of rupees 1,539 crore. Now going to the world news, including Macron backs end of life bill aims for parliament debate in May. 3 dead, several injured in early morning shooting in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Pope Francis' white flag comment is met by criticism from Ukraine and its allies. Hamas chief blames Israel for stalled ceasefire talks, leaves door open. King Charles hails a Commonwealth but misses annual celebrations. Biden cajoles and Netanyahu with the tough talk. Humanitarian concerns, but Israel Prime Minister remains dogged. From tech reviews, a Marshall Motif, a second ANC review, sound classy. The Marshall Motif second ANC lives up to the brand's legacy with the luxurious design and impressive sound quality. The textured leather, a case, and a metallic earbuds exude quality, while the sound profile leans towards a neutral balance. A TWS with a typical Marshall style and design. Our work on newer materials for semiconductors will be a game changer. Professor Balan Gurumurthy, Indian Institute of Science. Balan Gurumurthy spoke out to IndianExpress.com on the impact the FS idea has had on the deep tech ecosystem in the country. Its thematic incubators in generic healthcare and more. Balan Gurumurthy is a professor at the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, for the past 35 years, as well as the CEO of the Foundation of Science, Innovation and Development at the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. India's Euros Samudriyaan set to explore ocean paired by 2025 and Kiran Rijiju. New Delhi, Mauritian, India should be able to send scientists to study the deep ocean 6 km under the sea surface in its own Samudriyaan by the end of the next year, Earth Science Minister Kiran Rijiju has said. First Arab woman to graduate NASA training shoots for the moon. Like her ancestors before her, Emirati astronaut Noura Al-Mastouri has spent much more her life gazing up at the stars and dreaming of flying to the moon. Noura Al-Mastouri, a NASA Artemis astronaut candidate, graduate smiles during the ceremony at the Johnson Space Center, Houston, Texas on March 5, 2024. At last, this is a famous quotation said by Imam Al-Ghazali, whose birth anniversary is 19 December 1111. Whose birth anniversary is in 1058, and death anniversary is 19 December 1111. Known in medieval Europe to the Latin Al-Ghazalus or Al-Ghazal, was a Sunni Muslim polymath. He is known as one of the most prominent and influential jurisconsults, legal theoreticians, muftis, philosophers, theologians, logicians, and a mystic in Islamic history. Much of Al-Ghazali's work stemmed around his spiritual crisis following his appointment as the head of the Nizamiya University in Baghdad. which was the most prestigious academic position in the Muslim world at the time. This led to his eventual disappearance from the Muslim world for over 10 years, realizing choose the path of the status and ego over God. It was during this period while many of his great works were written, he believed that the Islamic spiritual tradition had become a moribund, and that the spiritual sciences taught by the first generation of Muslims had been forgotten. This belief led him to write his magnum opus entitled The Revival of the Religious Sciences. Among his other works, the Tafatul al-Falsafa, Incoherence of the Philosophers, is a landmark in the history of the philosophy as it advances the critique of Aristotelian science developed later in the 14th century in Europe. Imam al-Ghazali says a famous quotation. He says that soft words soften the hearts that are harder than the rock, and harsh words harden the hearts that are softer than the silk. Okay, thank you.